every single player in this world of business is now focusing on what? How to stabilize their cash flow. And the only game that allows you guaranteed cash flow is real estate. Why is that? Let me ask you all a question. How many people on here have to live somewhere? Every single W-2 employee, 1099 contractor, and everything in between, above and below. They want to live somewhere, they have to live somewhere, and they need to live somewhere. So now, if that game participation is 100% of the US of the population, why would I not play a game where 100% of the people have to participate? Let me say that again, in case that went over some people's heads. Why not play the game where 100% of the people have to participate? If that's the case, why would you not play the game where you can get 100% of the participation? But let me tell you what's happened. We've had people come in and create the optics of real estate being a game that only the affluent can do. There's been this thing to where we've now created to make we only preach the bottom entry point of real estate, when the name of the game, and I want you all to type this in, is cash flow. Every single business owner understands the language of cash flow. Every single business owner understands the game of hedging your money. Every single business owner understands the game of leveraging, because when you own real estate, you can leverage it. See, when you have a business, whether it's the Airbnb or the trucking company or vending machines or whatever, if you're not good at sales, you make no money. You don't have to be good at real estate to make money in real estate. You just have to know how to get into the real estate to make money in real estate. See, I don't have to have a huge marketing budget. My audience doesn't even ever have to see me. I never met my tenants. I never even looked at my houses. See, so I'm going to play the game that gives me the largest percentage of winning, and that's real estate. So when I say what I do, because people often ask, Will, what do you do? I help entrepreneurs, businessmen, businesswomen, small and medium-sized businesses create cash flow and increase their net worth by a minimum of $100,000. The average business doesn't even make $100,000. So what does that mean? That means if you're doing bad in business, you can't even stabilize yourself. Let me break that down. If you are doing bad in business, you can't even stabilize yourself. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a business doing whatever. Okay? Let's say you have a business doing whatever. How much is it going to cost you to even run that business? Think about it. If you have a business, how much does it cost you just to run it? Not to get a client, but to run it. How much is a good marketing budget? How much do you have to have in inventory? How much do you have to have in supplies? Think about all of those costs, and still at the end of the day, you only have a slither of an audience, because one, you got competition, you got your cost points in place, and on top of that, everybody does not need your services. Whoever sold you on that, they told you that, but everybody does not need your services. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. Now, here's another question you should be asking yourself. If that business goes bad, how do you get back to ground zero? See, in business and in entrepreneurship, the reason a lot of people have a hard time in business is because they lack stability. Meaning, if everything goes bad, how do you get back to ground zero or stable? What if none of it sells? Or what if you need money because you got in an emergency? You can't even go back and sell the stuff on that pallet for $20,000. You'd be lucky to get 7. If you're a restaurant and you done bought equipment and stoves and fridges and food, like the only thing that may sell at a decent value point is the food. But all of that stuff, this is what they call asset sales. Whenever a business is selling a business and it's an asset sale, essentially what the business is saying, hey, we didn't make any money, but you can come buy everything in here. And then they put an inflated price point on top of that because they know somebody who knows nothing about business will overpay, because they say, oh, everybody likes smoking hookah. So they'll go out there and buy a hookah lounge with no financials, made no money, but because they think because of the 5,000 people they watch on their social media all do hookah, so they think that their target audience is everybody. Everybody doesn't like hookah. See, in real estate, the reason I love real estate is because if I buy a piece of property and when I buy it the right way, and here's actually my success to my real estate venture. It's a price point that I do not go over because I know at a certain price point, 100% of the time it will cash flow. 100% of the time. So if I know that I have 100% audience pool because most 99.99% of people need somewhere to live. I know that if I purchase at this price point and below, it will always cash flow. And the main reason I got into real estate was to create cash flow. The main reason I'm going into business is to create cash flow. So from a business standpoint, why would I not play the game that gives me the greatest odds of winning? In the past few years, it's been very popular to go and buy a business. Why is that? Because you increase your odds of winning when you can go buy something that's already making money. Why is it that when we go into real estate, we want to start from scratch, or I want to build from the ground up, or I want to go and do a whole gut job and rehab? And I'm not saying anything wrong with those things, but what I'm saying is that you now have decreased your odds of winning because there's too many factors in there that you cannot control. But if I go buy a property where I can cash flow from month one, your chances have drastically increased of success. So why not go buy a real estate property that's already cash flowing if that's why you got into real estate? So my question to you all, what other options do you have outside of real estate? Because see, right now, cash flow is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity. See, nowadays, this is why people on the internet fighting over 50-50 and splitting bills, because one income right now is barely enough to take care of one person. So why not put yourself in a position to have the greatest opportunity to create that additional stream of income as a business? And this is what I teach people.